Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Bill. We're going to be in the Epic Handbook for this video. We are continuing exploring the epic spells and how that stuff works. So this video is going to be on epic spell development and epic spell casting. So let's read in. Epic spell development. Before it can be cast, an epic spell must be developed. The process of development can be a time-consuming and expensive process. It is during development that a caster determines whether a given epic spell lies within her abilities or beyond them. The basis of that determination lies in the epic spell's spellcraft DC. The easiest way to develop an epic spell is to use one already given in this book. The description of each of these unique spells gives the amount of gold, time, and experience points required to develop the spell. If you pay a spell's developmental cost, you develop and thus know that spell. To defray extremely high experience points costs, see variant cooperative experience points cost sidebar found in Chapter 4, Epic Magic Items, which allows a caster to accept the experience points contribute of other characters towards developmental cost. So, side note, if you've never played 3rd edition or 3.5, when you made magical items, you had to pay a quarter of the cost of the item in gold, and then the other quarter of the cost of the item you divided by 5, and that was the amount of experience points the spellcaster had to burn to create the item, which also made the items harder to come by and rarer, because if you were the one crafting it in your party, the party would have to somehow keep you at their level, but you would lose a level if you made more than a few magical items. So you always had to balance that out. The epic spells the epic spells require experience points as well to develop, so that's what it's saying. For information on developing an epic spell completely from scratch, see developing unique epic spells below, which I'll do a video on that. Epic spell casting. Once an epic spell is developed, the caster knows the spell. A developed epic spell becomes an indelible part of the caster and may be prepared without a spellbook, if a wizard is the caster. Characters who cast spells spontaneously, such as sorcerers, can cast a developed epic spell by using any open epic spell slot. Druids, clerics, and similar spellcasters can likewise prepare epic spells using epic spell slots. A spellcaster can prepare or cast any epic spell she knows as many times per day as she has available epic spell slots. A spellcaster who can cast epic spells has a number of open epic spell slots per day equal to 1/10 their ranks in the knowledge skill appropriate for the spell and the caster's class. Knowledge Arcana is appropriate for arcane casters. Knowledge Divine or Knowledge Nature is appropriate for the divine casters. Thus, a spellcaster with 24 ranks Knowledge Arcana and 31 ranks Knowledge Religion, so it shouldn't be Knowledge Divine, it should be Knowledge Religion, just so they had a typo there, could cast 2 arcane epic spells and 3 divine epic spells in any 24-hour period. Think of it as 2 arcane epic spell slots and 3 divine epic spell slots. The rules for rest between casting a day's allotment of epic spells are the same as for the rest required to prepare standard spells. If the caster doesn't use up a day's allotment of epic spell slots, the unused slots remain available whether or not the spellcaster receives appropriate rest. Even if the epic spell has been developed and an epic spell slot is available, successfully casting an epic spell isn't assured. The caster's spellcraft skill modifier is vital for casting an epic spell. To cast an epic spell, the spellcaster makes a spellcraft check against the epic spell's spellcraft DC. If the check succeeds, the spell is cast. If the caster fails the check, the epic spell fizzles and the epic spell slot is used for the day. Because epic spells require spellcraft checks, a spell is beyond the caster's ability if the final spellcraft DC is greater than 20 plus the caster's spellcraft modifier. Epic spells with DCs higher than 10 plus the caster's spellcraft modifier are risky. A caster can take 10 when casting an epic spell, but they cannot take 20. When routinely casting epic spells, most spellcasters take 10 on their spellcraft checks. Epic spell levels. Epic spells have no fixed level. However, for a purpose of concentration checks, spell resistance, and other possible situations where spell level is important, epic spells are all treated as if they were 10th level spells. Metamagic, items, and epic spells. Metamagic feats and other epic feats that manipulate normal spells cannot be used with epic spells. You can't craft a magic item that casts an epic spell, regardless of whether the item is activated with spell completion, a spell trigger, a command word, or similar use. Only major artifacts, which are beyond the means of even epic characters to create, can possibly contain magic of this power. The saving throw against your epic spell has a DC of 20 plus your relevant ability score modifier. It's possible to develop epic spells that have even higher DCs, however, by applying the relevant factor. There's rules for increasing save DCs of epic spells when you go to create a spell from scratch. So that's everything on epic spell development and epic spell casting. Alternatively, which is an optional rule that I use in my games whenever we play epic, which is not hardly any at all. There's not as much challenge in epic as there is in the first 20 levels. But that said, it's always fun to play overpowered characters. So, but our other optional rule is you could take, as you gain the slots 10th level, 11th level, 12th level from expanding upwards with the feats, you could craft spells that don't require as much hard work as crafting one of these epic spells that are 10th level, 11th level, 12th level, by continuing the tables and the rules of spell progression when you're crafting spells or making new spells that are in the Game Master's or Dungeon Master's book, the core rule book, and Pathfinder should have those rules. And also the Arcane book, the one that added more magic, more spells, should have rules in it too for it, I believe, but I could be wrong. So that'll end this video on epic spells, and then I could do a video on each epic spell. That'd be nice. Well, until we all game again, guys.